The next one is the true image of the cell. On the top you can see that easily. The mesoderm is the purple one, the endoderm is the indigo one, and the ectoderm is the blue one. The three of them combine into the body, and the body will get an image. So you have the blue representing the nerve, the indigo representing the blood, and the purple represented the bone and the muscle, and then of course the green around it, the sun part, the air part, the water part and the earth part. The green is the sun part, which gives you your face. It's a very small face, you probably can't see it, but it gives you your image. Now here you can see it in big. So the three of them are the mesoderm, endoderm, ectoderm. You see it's split up in a half and split up in an abdomen and a chest. This is the chest, this is the abdomen, this is the left and the right side that you also have, which is two brain sides. So this is the ectoderm, the legs, the mesoderm, in between the filling of the blood and the liquids, that's the endoderm. The three of them create the body. The body has an image. You can see the face here, that's the green, that's the sun element in you, the air element, the water element, and the earth element, that's the mesoderm, endoderm, ectoderm, and this is the image. Now of course we have a soul in the cell, which we don't talk about, but it has to be there too. The body relates to the mesoderm, and the soul relates to the endoderm. They're both solid and liquid. As the spirit, which is gaseous, relates to the nerve, because the nerve, the ectoderm, is gaseous. So also on the outside, remember that in the beginning I said that the H1 atom has a final limit. Now the outside of course is your basic reason of being, because that's the totality of who you are. It contains the spirit and the soul and the body and the image and the mesoderm, endoderm and the ectoderm. Everything is contained in that bag, a container bag, which I call your void being. Okay, so now on the bottom, quickly I'll tell you the correlations. The outside of the H1 atom is of course that wonderful star being that you have. Then it's your spirit mind, your soul heart, your body will, which is made up of the mesoderm and the endoderm and the ectoderm. Those three of them combine into the body, and then of course it has to be balanced, the body and earth, the soul and water, and the spirit and air, and of course the sun part gives you your face or your image, which you can see in the picture earlier. Now of course the cell goes on a little journey too. As H1 has created the whole universe, the cell will create, has created all of creation. The cell will create all creatures. So the cell goes on a little journey too. And of course what we know on Earth is we have the plant and the mineral, from the plant and the tree coming from the mineral, and then the animal, and then the human beings. The plants are rooted in the earth, the animals are crawling on the earth, and the humans are walking on the earth. And my question mark will fill in later. Okay? Now quickly over, this is related to the Egyptian Ennead. You might not read it, but I go quickly over it. In the H1 atom we have the matter, the electron, the energy, the plus and the minus, and the light spectrum, and we have the sound on the outside. The outside of the H1 atom is determined by the sound and the heat that comes from the proton. Okay, so in the macro universe, we have of course the electron relating to earth, the energy relating to water, the light relating to air, and then the sound and the heat relating to the sun. On a cellular level, we have the mesoderm and the endoderm and the ectoderm creating the image, so the three of them combined. And of course in the macrocellular or the macroorganism, we have the body and the soul and the spirit creating the void or the image of the tree. Okay, so on the bottom we have an interesting one. So creation, everything's created from H1 atom, which lies inside the sun, and conversely also inside our earth. And we have the creatures that is created by all the cell. Okay, so I call the H1 atom, I call it Adam, and the cell I call Eve. So what was the goal of all this? The goal of creation was to give the creatures a chance to develop and to become like a star being. So that's the evolution. Now quickly put the evolution down as follows. So again, I should be able to get the evolution out of the atom. You can see all the colors here again. And I put the evolution in the colors as they are. Now when you go, and this is the evolution according to H1 supergas atom or atom, creating the cell in its image, or the first being, and this is how it works. So the cell creates first a living thing, because plants and trees are not beings, they're living things. So then they are rooted in the earth, they can't move. Then the roots come out and becomes the animal. You see that blue, indigo blue, and the mineral is purple. Then the next one is walking on the earth, crawling on the earth, walking on the earth, which is the human beings, animals, human beings. Okay, so and here we have the bodies of earth, the beings of earth. Then we have a being of water, which is the soul. Well, the soul can walk on water. That's the being you are at night. You are your soul at night, but I will do that in another video. I'll explain it more. Now the spirit, you can see, is related to air. The soul is related to body, and the soul is related to water, and the three bodies are related to earth. So you can see it's a slow takeoff because it comes out of the minerals. And if you see the water element, the earth element, and the spirit is the air element, and of course this is it might be hard to see. This is the void, the container bag that you saw on the previous page when I talked about the cell. It has to return to the sun. In essence, it returns to the sun. So that's why it is pure and bright light. So this is the total beingness, or one beingness, or all beingness, or only beingness, which is related to the sun and the sound and the heat. This is the spirit relating to the air and the light. This is the soul related to energy and water, and this is the bodies related to earth and matter. Now you have the lower animals walking on, crawling on the earth, the high middle animals swimming in the ocean, and the higher animals flying in the sky. And you can see the mineral when we come back up again. So we have the purple, the mineral, plant, animal, human, and that's where I drew my electron, because that's where we're at. We're in the human phase, soul, spirit, and then we reach our wonderful star being, which I showed you a little bit earlier. Now quickly, we'll go very quick on the human body. The head part, the nerve part, the middle part, the blood part, and the bottom part is the bone and muscle, liver and kidneys, bone and muscle, the lung and the heart in the blood, and the brain in the nerve, the mind and the heart and the will, but more to that. But most importantly, we have our beautiful face, which is our image, and thank God it's sitting on top. It's easier to talk to. You see, it relates also to the ears, as the spirit relates to the eyes, and the soul relates to the senses, and the body relates to the hands. With the hands you do, with the senses you feel, with the eyes you see, and with the ears you hear. And that relates to your personality. So your face gives you your personality. Okay? And that's the image of you. And then I think we're all done. And so that was my little story. If you want to see it in more detail, I have a 2-hour video that will be on the web too. But this is kind of a quick story of what this is about. So the story of the sun, the air, the water and the earth, and of course the body and the soul and the spirit and the void. As you can see, the void relates to the sun, the spirit relates to the air, the soul relates to the water, and the body relates to earth. Okay? That's it. Thank you so much.